So we're back. It is Wednesday, September 30th. Also, it is, what is it, National Podcast Day? International Podcast Day?
National
Something
Podcast
like
Day.
that? Yeah. So for all you guys watching and that support this channel, thank you. And we do it for you, and we'll continue doing it for you. Remember to like and subscribe so you can stay in tune with all our content. I don't know where I'm going with this. Like I felt like I knew, and then like as I'm talking, my brain was like, it started like shutting down. But anywho, how you guys doing today?
All right, doing all right.
I'm in pain.
I feel like this is out of whack. Oh, that's true. Sal needs crutches, so if anybody wants to donate to Sal's cause, how many crutches you need? Just one or two?
I just need two, you know. I mean, if you got a walker, I'd prefer a walker. You know, I want to be like one of the old guys, like last night on the debate, just like going on stage, really like snowing.
God. I have a walker for you, so I could probably send that to you. It's not personally mine, but yes, I do have one.
Or if you got one of those like wheelchairs, you know, those electric wheelchairs, you know, maybe with like a 4-speed motor in the back, so I can race down the freeway.
You'll definitely catch the news with that one. And I'd tune in for that high speed chase. Well, slow speed chase. I don't know what it really would be.
I'd actually pay to see that.
Right? Yeah. So we are 2 days late, but we're here. We're gonna give you guys match 3 recap for the Premier League. It was a very exciting weekend. It had some controversy. It's funny I say that word now because I was writing my notes. I was thinking of that word, but I didn't think of it till just now. So there's that. There's a couple surprises in the table at the moment, but as we know, that can always change, and it will change. The top scorers, very interesting. And let's just get into it. So the first game we had this weekend to start it off, it was Brighton, Hove and Albion and Manchester United. And boy, was it interesting. I'm going to go through the scores, and then we'll recap whatever games we want to recap, and we'll go from there. So Manchester United takes the win 3-2. The next game we had was Crystal Palace and Everton. Everton continues the winning streak, and they win 2-1. And then the third game on Saturday was West Brom and Chelsea. That ended in a 3-3 tie. As you can see, Sal is sporting the beautiful kit there. And then we have Burnley and Southampton to finish off Saturday, and that was a 1-0 win for Southampton. Sheffield United and Leeds started off Sunday morning. Leeds takes the win 1-0. Sheffield still in no man's land. Tottenham, Newcastle, second game. That ended in a 1-1 draw. Controversy there. Man City, Leicester was your third game, and boy, were we all surprised. Leicester takes a thumping 5-2 win against City, and Pep Guardiola drank lots of water. You can be sure on that one. The last game on Sunday was the Hammers, West Ham United. Yeah, Moyes with the win. The Hammers win 4-0 versus Wolverhampton. And then Monday, we get another surprise. Well, so far, the surprise of the season for me is Fulham versus Aston Villa. Aston Villa with the clean sheet, 3-0 against Fulham. And then Liverpool and Arsenal ended match week 3. And Liverpool takes a 3-1 win there. So I would say very entertaining weekend. It wasn't full of goals like last weekend. What games did you guys enjoy there from, the games that you were able to watch?
I enjoyed Manchester United winning a game after the game was over. If that's what you're asking. I definitely watched that game. I thought that Man City Leicester was hugely surprising because the way that game started, it looked like City was going to run away with it. Like it just looked like City. And then I think I dozed off for 20 minutes. I looked up, the score was completely flipped. And Leicester were dominating. I was like, I thought I woke up in another universe. I was like, is this the same game? So I think probably that game was probably the most interesting and surprising. other weekend, but I mean, come on, bro. We won a game after the game was over. Does it mean? Is there an argument? Like, come on.
Yeah. So how did that go again? Because I was watching, but I totally forgot like the whole like from how it began to basically the penalty being kicked. Because I walked out of the room. It was still 2-2. And I'm on Twitter, and I look at the score update on the Twitter. I don't know if you guys get it, but you get the scores or whatever of certain sports, and it said 2-2 FT. So final.
Right.
I'm like, all right, full time. Like, and then I come back to my room, and Bruno Fernandes is taking a penalty kick. So I'm like, what am I missing here? I was just like, this has to be like super delayed, or Twitter just effed up, like. So take me through the sequence so I can remember it.
Okay, so I'm gonna basically take you through. We're gonna go all the way back to when they equalized. So on the left-hand side, on the left, basically all they did all game was drive down the right and cross to a wide open man on the left. Nobody, for whatever reason, I don't know what was going on with Wan-Bissaka and Victor Lindelof. Lindelof, I'll get into later. I don't know what was going on, but that man in the second half, he was open the whole 45 minutes. And if he was actually quality, the dude that they're passing to, I forget his name at this time, but if he was actually quality, we probably would have lost 7-1 or 7-2 because he was open the whole game. And then he finally got a cross in there, boom, whatever. So now we're scrambling, whatever. I'm like, yo, this is a draw, whatnot. Freaking Harry Maguire gets into the box. He heads it. I don't see the initial hand from, was it Mopai?
Mopai, yeah.
Mopai, yeah. So I don't see the initial hand, right? I just see the ball going into the corner of the goal. So I'm thinking he's about to score, right? And then somebody like blocks it out and the ref blows the whistle. I'm like, yo, this is whack. It's a loss, basically. Then Harry Maguire's going absolutely batshit crazy. I'm like, yo, what's happening? I'm looking like, yo, why is he going that crazy? A couple of players are going nuts at the referee, referee like. And then all of a sudden he goes like this. I'm like, what's happening? They show the replay, bro. Blatant handball. I mean, this man, Mopai, just throws his hand. I don't know what he was doing, bro. And as I see every angle, I'm just like, oh my God, we're actually. But then I'm thinking like, yo, he blew the whistle for full time. What do we do? What happens? They have to go back and review it, don't they? I don't know. I'm still thinking that we're probably going to lose. Next thing I know, the dude comes back, points to the spot. Bruno's taking a penalty kick. I'm shitting bricks. He makes it. We win. Shameless FC, we're back. I don't know, bro. It's fucking crazy. Excuse my language. Freaking crazy.
All right. That's interesting. Yeah, so you see, because I saw the replay, but I just didn't know how the whole sequence went, like what caused it to be considered after the game was over kind of deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because once that dude blocked that goal, he knocked that goal out, he blew the whistle. And then Harry ran right up to him like, yeah! And I honestly think somebody else made this point on YouTube too. I think if Harry Maguire doesn't go crazy right there, the game ends. Like, I think it's just over. Like, if the players all walk off the pitch, then it's something that we're talking about in a replay, like, oh, they missed the handball at the end right there. And I think like Harry losing crap right there was like, all right, wait, we got to look at this. I'll win. A win's a win. I'll take it. We still look like shit, but I'll take
it. A hard-fought win, I guess you could say.
Right.
Everton continues to win. Crystal Palace, they were on a streak themselves. James, I just got to say right now, he's a man on fire. And the vision that guy has is amazing. Richarlison coming into his own as well now. And just those three of Richarlison, Calvert-Lewin, and James Rodriguez is something to keep an eye out for the rest of the season. I'm excited for that. What game caught your eye this weekend, Sal?
West Brom and Chelsea, just because the almighty Chelsea, who we're going to outrun everybody, outscore everybody, going down 3-0 to West Brom right away. And it's like, what were they thinking? I mean, what was that defense thinking? I mean, first of all, why do you give Silva the armband his first game? The man speaks no English. And it's like, you got to talk with your goalkeeper, talk with the rest, and be like, what the hell is going on here, Chelsea? What was Frank? I get Frank thinking of it like, oh yeah, get the experienced player, the guy who has most experience in the back. Let him run the side, right? I mean, his mistake led to one goal, and then to another goal, and then what was the fuck I want? I'll go to sleep. I'm like, you know what? I'll take a 90-minute nap. I'll be fine. I'll wake up for the next game. I'm like, I can't sleep for this. I can't. I mean, you had the almighty Timo Werner coming down the middle. He couldn't even score one. And I mean, where's that bum Havertz at? Where was he at the whole game? I mean, he kept trying to pass. He kept trying to shoot. Nothing. I mean, some guy told me, oh yeah, he assists Door. Who was it who had the first goal? Not Odor. Mason Mount. He for the Mason Mount goal. For the Mason Mount goal. I was like, I didn't see this assist. I mean, unless it's like the Invisible Man passing the assist. I don't mean
Phantom assist.
I mean, yeah. I was like, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? I go back. I'm like, it's not in my stats. Where's this assist at? My brother in his daishiki. I forget his name. Excuse me, every PC culture, but he is wearing a daishiki in his picture and everything. I'm like, nah, bro. But almighty Chelsea had to come back 3-0 just to tie against the lowly West Brom, who we are like, we're gonna get relegated. But here I am, best $10 I've ever spent on a shirt right now, everyone. Best $10.
No, bro, I'm just trying to tell you, bro. Well, it's a blip. Frank Lampard, best manager in the league. Chelsea, the almighty. They're gonna turn it around. Don't worry.
It's just interesting because we're looking at Kai Havertz, we're looking at Timo Werner, and it's basically the players that made Chelsea and Frank Lampard last season who are pulling them through in these instances. It's unfortunate for Thiago Silva. Yeah, he is a very talented defender. He has experience. He has trophies, and, stuff happens. It happens to Van Dijk. And when it happens, you're going to get roasted. You're going to get thrown into the fire. And when it happens to Kepa, everybody, doesn't hold back. So, it was a headline of him getting the captain's ban. And then boom, right after start, 2 mistakes. Of course, it's not going to go unnoticed. Yeah. But a round of applause to Tammy Abraham and the young guns that pulled through and whatnot. And we'll see how Lampard moves forward after realizing that his young guns are the ones that are making Chelsea tick still. Continue, Jake.
No, I just want to make a quick point. Just want to let you guys know that karma is a real thing. A few years ago, Thiago Silva said that PSG was a bigger club than Manchester United. I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you.
Okay. I got you. Yeah, he did have a lot to say about the Premier League, and I think, he put his own foot in his mouth. So, he's paying the price. And then so we move on to really quick, let's just go over the table and then we'll get back into things that happened this weekend, all that good stuff. So I believe Sal, you always have my back here. What's the table looking like?
So we got Leicester, Liverpool, Everton, Villa, Arsenal, and Crystal Palace 1 through 6. We have in relegation Burnley, Sheffield United, and Fulham.
Man, oh man. So we have, you said Burnley, Sheffield United, and Fulham.
Sheffield, we all said Sheffield, it. But Sheffield United, who has yet to score.
Yep.
They could be in trouble
to do anything. So yeah, if they could be basically last year's who was the team that was just started off super bad? Was it Watford? I believe it was Watford that just sat in the bottom of the table for
forever.
Ever.
Yeah. So I feel like this year Sheffield could be that Watford, and it's unfortunate because they had a good season last season. We expected an improvement or maybe somewhat of the same, and it's actually been the complete opposite. So that's just crazy. I have here your top scorers. Well, I'm going to go through the first 6 top scorers because after a while, a bunch of names with the same amount of goals, so I'm not gonna go through the crazy giant list. But we have here number 1, we have Calvert-Lewin. Number 2, we have Jamie Vardy. 3, we have Heung-min Son. 4, Patrick Bamford. 5, Danny Ings. Coming back.
Freaking guy, bro.
And number 6, I'll leave it here, is Lacazette. So some very notable names. Are you surprised to see Vardy here at all?
Nope.
He
does it every year.
Nope.
Right. Vardy
does
party
it all the time.
And
That's
he
what
did
does.
do it. And he did it once again. 5-2 win against Manchester City. Unfortunately, was subbed off right before Leicester was awarded the last penalty of the game. And he would have had a beautiful hat trick. I believe him, Jamie Vardy, and Lionel Messi are the only players to score a hat trick on Pep Guardiola and Manchester City.
You are correct.
So
that's a stat right there.
So it would have been his second. It would have been his second hat trick against City, and that just would have put the nail in the coffin.
Is that the first time that they conceded 5 under Pep at City as well, or no? I think so.
I think so. Yeah, I think you're right on that one.
Yeah, I think it is. I might have read that too, because I don't recall any Guardiola team getting scored on like that.
Yeah, when you hear them when you hear City lose, it's like 3-something.
Yeah,
3-2, 3-1. Usually that's the kind of score. So to see 5, but then again, it's horrible defending also that got Leicester City to score these many goals.
Mm-hmm.
Whatchamacallit, Kyle Walker with a horrible penalty, and then Mendy in the second half at the end of the game with basically the same penalty that caused the first one. So, and then after the game, there's talk about him signing Diaz from, I think it is Benfica.
Yeah, which they did.
It's already, which they did.
Over 400 million in defenders alone for that club.
Is this really going to help Pep Guardiola?
But it's not. No. But that's the thing, though, bro. Like you see that type of game they have. He just goes out. He's like, all right, well, I'll just spend 50 million on another guy. Oh, just whatever, man. I don't know.
Wait, did you catch the error that they made? They were like, we welcome Koulibaly to Manchester City.
No way.
Yeah, there was under Ruben Diaz was like, we welcome Koulibaly. You can tell already that they were expecting Koulibaly, but they had to settle.
They had to settle for the other Ruben Diaz. Wow, that's funny. I wish I would have saw that. I wish I would have saw that. Oh, what a club!
So we sit here and we talk about Mourinho almost being done. Well, I don't think he's done yet. Some do, some don't. Some are 50-50. But we don't sit here and talk about, Guardiola when there's games of this, of this nature. Right. What do we have to say about Guardiola if we're going to talk so much about Jose Mourinho?
I'll let you go first, Sal, because I'm about to get in Guardiola's ass. So go ahead.
You know what? If Mourinho was back with money like Guardiola was back, I don't think we'd be saying the same shit because, Mourinho, if he gets the players he wants, of course he's not fucking go down. He's gonna play and he's gonna play shit-hosiery style. He's gonna score a goal and he's gonna put the bus like he knows how to and just play his way. And that's where United failed him in backing him with players. I mean, are Tottenham gonna back him with players? Probably not. So, I mean, that's why we talk shit. But Guardiola, I mean, let's go down the list of how much money he spent through all these fucking years. I mean, a nation is backing Guardiola. An entire fucking nation. All right? I mean, I don't know where these Arabs get their money from or how or, what kind of, shady shit goes down in Qatar. But, hey, I mean, I'll let Justin take it from here.
Okay. Thanks, Al. Appreciate it. Good transition. I agree with almost everything you said. You took a lot of my points, but I'm going to continue. Let me ask you something. How many times has Pep Guardiola been to a Champions League semifinal since without Messi? How many times? To the semis.
Just one.
With who?
Yeah, he lost to Real Madrid when he was with Bayern.
Bayern Munich. Okay, so he's been once, right? What year did he leave? What year did he leave Barca? Do you remember? Was that 12?
12, I think. Yeah,
I can't remember. No,
11 or 12.
Right, because he stayed at Bayern for like 3 years, right? And he won the Bundesliga.
Like that.
Yeah, he won the Bundesliga. And he won the what's that little tournament trophy that they have? He won that shit every season, right? But no Champions League, right? Here's my thing, bro. In this sports world of football, soccer, this guy is glorified as the greatest. That he's changed an entire nation. Remember how they talked about how he changed the entire way Spain played? Guardiola did this. This is why I digress. I just feel like he's overrated.
Was he coaching Man City when they lost to Wingen?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That was like his first season, I think. Yeah. I think that was his first season. What year was that? Hold on, bro. I got to make sure I know that. I believe he was coaching them when they lost to Wigan. Talking about FA Cup final, right?
In the FA Cup final, yeah.
Yeah, he was coaching them. Or was that
2016? 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, the guy is
bro.
He has a good football mentality, but the execution.
Yeah, I don't want to take anything away from him, man. He's a great coach. He's accomplished a lot of things, but like, let's get off his dick now. It's not 2013 anymore.
It's not to the point where, it's not to the point where you should be thinking he's like this extremely good head coach, because after what he accomplished at Barca, he hasn't been able to replicate it. He's gotten some trophies, but it's not what everybody, glorified him for, being able to do at Barcelona.
Exactly. And my last point on that is, if you give my novice ass $1 billion, I'll build you a winning freaking football club. That's it. Simple, bro.
But you know what I still don't, what I also don't get is the fact that he goes out right after that game and gets another player, but then they just got done with the whole financial fair play thing. It's just like,
exactly.
What are we missing here?
I'm telling you, and they're trying to get Koulibaly. They're trying to get Koulibaly for $100 million. So what the fuck? Yeah, all right, exactly. Like Sal said, the whole nation supporting that club, bro. Oh man.
All right. So we'll move on. So this weekend, as we said earlier, Man United wins after the whistle has been blown. Somewhat of the same scenes go down at the Tottenham Newcastle game. I guess you can kind of say somewhat. Basically, the game was over, and they go and review Eric Dyer's handball, right? Yeah.
Yes.
In my personal opinion, it's not a handball. He wasn't looking anywhere near the ball. It's like basically saying, if a girl fell on you, right, and her boob or something touched your hand, it's your fault. But she's the one that fell on you, and you have no idea that was happening at the moment. You know what I'm saying? It's like the ball just.
Yeah. It's the rule, bro. The new rule is terrible.
But how are you going to call handball when I'm looking this way and it's coming that way?
Apparently, based off what I've seen over it, because I've watched all the different takes on it, the rule is if you're in a box and it touches your hand, period, I guess it's a handball, bro. Because it's the same thing with Lindelof. Remember earlier on, he's running and as he turns to look, the dude's shooting the ball and it hits his hand. He, what I'm saying? He can't. But it's a penalty, so it's really bad, bro. It's really bad. I don't know how to really define it.
They're trying to enforce the Serie A rule, which is the same thing. The Serie A rule is if the ball touches the hand, then it's a penalty, but it has to be in a way that prevents the ball. If you're running in Serie A and it hits you, right, the whole Lindelof, they're not going to call it. Same thing with the Dyer. If it hits it, what's he going to do with his arm, really? I mean,
right, he's jumping, so where does his arm go?
Yeah, it's natural motion, so Serie A wouldn't call it. But for some reason, Premier League has this the referees don't know what the fuck they're doing at times, and it's like this guy will call it, but this guy won't call it. So what are you supposed to do? Play with your hands tied behind your back? Like,
the inconsistencies in the calls are crazy, man.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, when does it get to a point where VAR, and we always harp on VAR because we thought it was going to be game changing, and it is game changing, but not in the sense that we all expected it to be.
Right.
I get it. That's the rule. If that's the rule, like, what is the point of going to VAR? Like, if all the VAR has to be like, yeah, hit his hand. Okay, that's it. There shouldn't be this analysis of like, is he looking? Where's the hand at? Like, if that's the call, just call it. There shouldn't be like a process of, like, just, yeah, hit his hand. Okay, boom, penalty. Like, and so it's just even Steven, like, anytime like it hits your hand, that's it. And it is what it is. But then in your case, Jay, it's the end of the game. And like you said, you'll take it. It's a win. It helps your team. No complaints. But if this becomes like a common theme, I think it kind of kills the game. Like, if the game is over,
sure.
if the game is over,
I hear what
like,
you're saying.
just leave it be. You know what I'm saying?
That was a handball, though. That was a handball, like.
And I'm not saying it wasn't.
Yeah. But I feel you. Like, if the game is over, then, you know what I'm saying, there has to be some definity to this shit. Like, if I'm blowing it dead, then that means it's dead. So I get it from that
because
standpoint.
we go back to that first week where De Gea blocks the penalty, and then 5 minutes later we're going to review something.
Yeah. Crazy.
Like, you can't be doing this to the game.
Yeah.
You're killing it. You're adding extra, variables to the equation, and then it's not really football anymore. It's just, replay after it becomes a different sport altogether, I feel like. So yeah, I don't know. How do you guys? So you guys agree with me that wasn't a handball?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just go back to what I said earlier about karma. Jose Mourinho talking cash money about Man United getting penalties all the time, late and shit, and then what happens to him? Karma, my boy. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't a handball, but it's Mourinho's fault. Karma. So sorry, guys.
So Justin's theme for tonight is karma, everybody. Karma.
Yes.
We should have that for
real thing.
Every time we talk.
Real thing. It's a real thing that you're in control of. We'll get into that later.
Yeah, are we?
No, we're not going to get into it.
Okay, we won't get into it. So I thought that said like Dharma Initiative or something. For all my lost folks.
Oh God.
So this is the point or the moment. I don't freaking know the word I was going for. Whatever. It is now time for.
I literally watched him lose his train of thought. I watched it leave him. What's happening?
We are now going to the segment that everybody loves. What She Said, brought to you by FieldTalk.
Hey, yes, you already know the deal. It's my favorite segment of the entire show. It's where I scour the Twitterverse for what's being said. And I'm going to keep it pretty simple today. This is going to be a nice debatable what's being said. And it comes from one of our favorite people. Hey, yeah, spotlight, baby. All right, so it comes from one of our favorite managers in the game. We're actually just talking about him, Jose Mourinho. As you guys know, that we play Tottenham in the Premier League this weekend. Big matchup. Jose says, and I quote, this is fucking classic Jose right here. On Sunday, we have a game against a super team that is one of the favorites to win the Premier League. So I go over to you, Sal. What do you think? Is he being sarcastic? Is this a motivating tactic? Is he being a dickhead? Or is he being serious?
He's being sarcastic. He's being a freaking dick. Here, all of the freaking above. I mean, when Jose speaks, we listen. Why?
Absolutely.
Because it's freaking controversy, and we love the fucking controversy. Without that shit, this game is boring as fuck, and we need more Jose Mourinho in the world, because that is fucking gold. I mean, it would only be that much better if Gareth Bale was playing. the man could play, then hey, good. We got like the game of the week. You know, like let's go.
classic Jose Benzi.
Yeah, definitely classic Benzi. I love every single bit of it. Like what's
Benzi?
not to hate about it? Like it's his. Am I on mute or something?
No, you said classic Benzi.
Classic Benzi.
Well, yeah, because I'm sarcastic as hell, so I'm just gonna go with it.
You're right. That makes sense. I got it. Sorry, went over my head. I'm back. Here we go.
Nah, you're good. But no, at the end of the day, yeah, like I said, I just love it because it's his former team. Now he gets to troll them, you know, and I feel like it's sarcasm, but with a hint of motivation. You know what I'm saying? But it like a ironic sense of motivation because like you're kind of telling your team like that's, you know, a super team. So like I don't know how it really works, but I feel like somewhere in there, you know, it's some type of motivating factor. And yeah, it would be super awesome if Bale was playing, but you know, the man never ceases to not be injured, so we miss out on that. But I feel like Heung-min Son and Harry Kane can do work, especially if Lindelof is playing. So I'd be aware of that one.
That's very true.
So, yeah. Do we have any more of what you said? Because this is great. How do you see it?
Oh no, I mean,
you're the Man U fan,
right? I mean, dude, he coached my team for 2.5 years. I watched him in Madrid. This is classic Mourinho motivation tactics, us against the world. Basically telling his team we're not supposed to beat this team. We're heavily underdog. You know, give them that motivation, siege mentality. These are the type of things that made him what he is. You know what I mean? These are the type of things that he did to elevate his team above the other teams. This is the thing that he had the edge early on, like the first maybe 10 years of his career. This is the type of stuff he would use. And he's kind of like, I don't know, he's kind of lost a little bit of magic. I said he was finished, and ever since I said that, he's winning games and doing things. But, you know, reverse psychology. I love you, Jose. But, yeah, I just think it's classic Jose trying to motivate Tottenham. I don't really think that he believes that Man U is a super team. But by the time the game is played, he'll have that Spurs team believing that Man U is a super team. And, you know, so Spurs will probably give us their best shot. I think it's going to be a pretty competitive game. Defensively, at least, because you know Jose is going to park that bus. So,
yeah. Well, and for that, you can find us here tomorrow, and we'll give you a preview for this weekend, and we'll definitely give you our insight on the games that are of big significance, or just basically good matchups coming up this weekend. So, do we have anything else on the?
No, that one was that one was the coolest one that I saw. There's a lot of Carabao Cup stuff that I was looking at, but that's not really part of what we're doing tonight. So I thought that the Jose one was probably the best one for this evening's proceedings. Ladies and gentlemen,
I got you.
What's being said?
There you go.
I was about to say that's the cue to send me back to normal.
I figured as much, so that's why I went with it. So we had. We'll finish it off with one last game because I feel like we should get a certain fan input. It was Liverpool versus Arsenal. Sal, Can you please take me through every thought process you had during that game?
Honestly, I didn't think we would win when we went up with that Lacazette goal. I was like, all right, good. All right, this is a start. You know, I mean, Robertson just gave it up and great, but God damn, the goal that Leno gave up, I get it. I understand it. It was just a good goal by Mane. He scored it, but it's that second goal. How can you leave Trent Alexander-Arnold alone, right? And then not see Robertson because he's used to doing that. But that's Williams' fault. Yeah, that's Williams' fault for not marking Robertson. That could have still been 1-1 going into half. All right, I understand. Coming back, Lacazette just clearly, one goal he should have scored. The other one, Alisson was just at his best, and Alisson, man of the match for Liverpool at that point. But then David Luiz, I don't know what he's doing, heading that ball to to Jota, right? Jota.
Yeah,
Or,
I think so. Jota.
Right. I don't know what he's doing by heading the ball to the man, but like the first shot he takes and he scores. It's like classic Arsenal. Classic Arsenal. It's like you're not supposed to give this man a reason to score on his first time with the first team, but somehow it happens. And anytime someone says, "Oh, this team hasn't been on a scoring streak," yeah, leave it to Arsenal. They're gonna score on Arsenal. Why? Because they love breaking the fucking shit. But no, Arsenal did good. They're doing as good as can be, and I'm not expecting much more. The only hate that I see is, well, we should have kept Emi Martinez, or even if we would have kept Emi Martinez, what's to say it wouldn't have been 2-1 still at the end, right? I mean, pick or choose. It's one of those, but I have nothing against it. Even I said Arsenal was going to lose. We'll see by the end of the transfer market if we get our players or not, and if we don't, well, I expect us to be in 5th or 6th.
I actually had a
okay.
I had a question. There was a controversial play in that game. Was it Mane? I believe. Was it Tierney that he hit? Elbow. Who did he hit?
Mane. He hit Tierney. He hit Tierney right on the.
It wasn't even a bro. It was a freaking UFC spinning freaking side punch,
freaking elbow. Yeah, it was. Like, he went bam,
and then
I'll say this. When fuck ESPN FC, fuck Steve Nicol, who said, "Oh, it's because Mane felt he was getting pulled and everything, and that's what they're supposed to be doing." Yes, just
remember how we mentioned karma twice. Remember how you said you respect Steve Nicol? There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yep, exactly. That's my karma for the day. But like fuck the dude. I mean, nah, you don't blatantly throw.
He wasn't pulling him. He wasn't pulling him at all.
And I mean, he knocked Tierney out. He knocked him down on the floor, and that's another instance. What was VAR doing at that moment? I mean, literally, it should have been 11 versus 10, and we're looking at a different game. But again,
definitely. Well, it's the champions, or last year's champions. They're, I guess, the favoritism. Maybe, I don't know. Who the hell knows? But it is funny that you bring up Martinez up, because Aston Villa has the most clean sheets this season, and who's their goalie? Martinez. So yeah, you might have a point there, and it's a little depressing. It's like us Real Madrid fans watching James do the amount of work that he's doing so far with Everton. So, and all we get to see is boring football at the moment. So yeah, there's that.
Yikes.
So yeah,
trouble in paradise.
What happened?
I said, yikes, trouble in paradise. Ooh. You?
No, not necessarily. We have won the last 2 games, but you can catch me on Benzi's corner, and I'll update you guys. But that concludes the recap. Like I said, we will be back mañana, which I believe is the 1st of October. So we've made it to another month. And yeah, today was International or National Podcast Day. I don't know. It's international or national. It's one of them.
National?
Yeah. Is it national or international?
And national. Brought to you by Spotify.
And your FieldTalk boys are still here. So, we're still chugging along. And you're going to keep seeing us. Unless my chair breaks, then I'm gonna fall out of this picture here. But Justin, do you want to? Just always remember to like and subscribe so you can see our beautiful faces more and more. Justin, do you want to do the honors?
Yep. So I'm not doing
here for 30 minutes repeating myself.
I'm not doing any honors unless everybody is done speaking. Is everybody done? Get all your plugs in now. Because it's like it's like
all the links to our Twitters are linked in the description.
Listen, bro. This segment, this outro is basically me running the court, crossing somebody up, and then throwing an alley-oop to Sal with the chow. So I just need to make sure that we're good. Take it away, boss.
I'm on cue. So do your thing.
All right, guys. It was another episode of Field Talk. We love to bring it to you. Hope you guys love what we bring to the table. You guys know the motto: content for the rest of 2020. If you want to check us out personally on the Twitter, follow at FieldTalk_Benzi, at FieldTalk_, and my boy at SileTalk Soccer. You can check us out on our Twitter page as well at FieldTalkPod, and on Instagram, FieldTalk_. You guys know the game. Peace. Ciao.
Ciao. Ciao.